What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite dating coach, Elliot Scott. And as you can see by the wonderful title below, we're going to talk about how to make a guy chase you. How to make him chase you, nip at your butt, nip at those ankles because he's so crazy about you, so on and so forth. Okay, so before we get started, if you can, please subscribe. Just click the red button below, okay? I haven't made one of these videos in a while, so I might be all over the place, but I know what I want to attack or what I want to get at with this this topic, okay? So how to get a guy to chase you. Well, number one, I would say, and this isn't part of it, this is just like prerequisites, I would say. Number one, stop chasing him. This sounds like common sense, but women do it all the time. Whatever you chase runs away, okay? So stop chasing him. That's the number one thing you need to do. Number two, this isn't part of it yet, but prerequisites. Number two, you need to understand that timing is everything. And what I mean by that is a lot of women want a guy to chase them, or they want to get a guy to chase them back after the fact that the guy's losing attraction. Again, the women do it a lot of times for validation. You know, how do I get this guy back? How do I get this guy to chase me? How do I get this guy to want me? Well, the reason you're saying that is probably because he doesn't want you or he's not chasing you. So if you're going to try to do these things when the guy's in the mindset of, I'm losing interest, I'm not that interested, it wasn't what I thought it was, so on and so forth, then he's not going to chase you, okay? It's all about the timing. Timing is the most important thing. And here, now jumping right into it, here's what I think is the number one thing you need to do in order to get a guy to chase you. The problem women have is when they do like this no contact rule, or when they do like these chasing things, they really don't commit, go balls deep 100% with the actual tactic at hand, okay? And what I mean by that is a lot of women, when they do like a no contact rule, for example, they might like his not talk to him, not text him, or not reach out to him. I want him to reach out to me first. You know, then they're gonna like his status or like his Instagram or look at his pictures on Snapchat, or reach out, or maybe just reach out once in a while. And the problem with that is you never give him the actual feeling of you being gone, of you losing interest, of his attraction to you, or your attraction to him. Your attraction to him actually being threatened, okay? Like if I sit back and just do my own thing and I have a girl keep on, let's say she doesn't text me as much. Just say she's trying to play hard to get. And let's say she doesn't text me as much. She used to text me every day, now she texts me once every 3 days. Well, if you keep on texting me once every 2 or 3 days, I know you're lurking around on the outside. I know you're interested. It's just a matter of time you're going to come back in. So what I'm trying to say is, if you want to get a guy to chase you, first off, you have to do it when the guy's actually interested, not to try to get him to chase you again when he's losing interest. And at the same time, you have to do it with the right timing. You have a lot of women make the big mistake on lurking around on the outside. Again, because it's just obvious when one person likes the other person more. If you want the guy to chase you, it's all about the timing. If you're on the outside lurking around and you keep on nipping from the outside, texting out, here and there and reaching out here, it's just obvious, okay? Even if you don't do it as much, it's very obvious. If you want to get a guy to like you, it has to be at the right, or chase you, it has to be at the right time when he actually likes you, and then you have to rip yourself out of his life. Not just, and I'm not saying play hard to get, pull away. I'm just saying if you want to get an ex back, for example, a lot of people make the mistake going back and forth, texting all this bullshit and talking to their ex. No, there's no incentive for the ex to come back. Like, he knows you're there. If he wants to come back, he will. He knows you're there. It's when you give him the ultimatum and you give him the incentive and you say, no, screw you, and you pull, I'm telling you, it's much different when you slowly come out of someone's life, then, step by step, where they can gradually adapt to it. And there's a difference between that and then someone just like jerking themselves out of their life, and it's like, okay, holy shit, where'd the person go? I'm right here. But it's a much bigger difference than if you were to take this little step and him gradually adapt to it. So if you want to get a guy to chase you, just sum it up basically, it has to be on the right side of the coin. in terms of he has to still like you, still be interested. Again, women do it all the time on the wrong side when he's actually losing interest, and then they try to do these pull away tactics, and he's not going to give a shit because he's not interested. Okay, so why would you? And that's why I tell women to stop listening to all this bullshit all these other coaches are saying. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. Like all these, and I'm not dogging on, but they'll give all these videos on how to do this, how to do that, hack this, hack that, text him when he says this, text this back when he doesn't respond, or if he responds out. It's like none of that bullshit matters. You have to have the guy's value at hand first. The guy has to actually think you're interesting and want to be with you and stuff like that. Now that's a whole different other video, or you can get my value guide, which is below on the subject. But once you get the guy to like you, then you have the tokens, you have the power, you have the cards to play the game. Okay, if the guy's not, it's like trying to sell. It's like you owning a store and you're trying to sell someone who's not in your store. I'm not walking in your store. I don't give a shit what's in your store, okay? It's when I'm in there, I'm actually interested, and then that's when you can pull some game, okay? That's when you can pull these things. Dating coaches don't teach that, though. And they know that. They tell you all these things to do. They have all these videos on do this, do that, do these mind tricks, manipulate them, dark side, hot, cold shit. All this bullshit doesn't matter. That's not what creates attraction, okay? That's not what creates value. That's just a woman who's indecisive, and the guy will never commit to that, because why commit to a girl who he's not sure about or who's not sure about him? That's just how reality works, okay? So you have to make sure the guy actually cares about you, and then if you're gonna play that bullshit, don't nip at him, pull out for a while, and then see if he chases. Now, if he doesn't, then you go with a different game plan. But sometimes you just have to pull out and see how he reacts. Which again, I personally wouldn't do this kind of stuff. There's no reason to do it. There's no reason for him to get a guy to chase you. Why get a guy to chase you when you can just stand right in front of him and build a value right under his nose and he doesn't even know it, right? You can stand right in front of him, get these dates, win them over, and see what happens from there instead of getting a guy to chase you. I'm telling you, to get a guy to chase you, it's not by doing all these mind games and this bullshit. It's by winning him over, building attraction, building rapport, showing him that you're different than other women, showing them that you have a lot of value and assets to add to his life, so on and so forth. But hey, no one teaches that bullshit apparently. They teach you all these other things that you can't use because the guy's not interested in you in the first place. But with that being said, ladies, I love you. Take care and peace.